Suddenly Virtual Making Remote Meetings Work by Joseph Allen and Karin Reed. Businesses once relied on face-to-face meetings, but now most meetings are virtual. COVID-19 has been a game changer, sending people home from the office to work in relative isolation. Everything has gone virtual. The pandemic has radically altered how people connect, collaborate, and meet. Virtual meetings and the remote work that required them are not going away. Meetings serve many purposes, including making decisions, carrying out strategic planning, setting budgets, and updating projects. Now that white-collar workers often don't share the same workspace, they are unable to pop into each other's offices to update agendas and discuss the latest information. As a result, more meetings are held for the purpose of catching up and sharing information. Meetings take less time than before and involve fewer participants. Even when people hold face-to-face meetings, the sessions have become shorter, as have telephone and video meetings. In-person meetings may take less time because they require masks. People don't particularly like wearing masks, so they tend to rush through masked face-to-face meetings as quickly as possible. More than ever, work is not where you go. It's what you do, and we continue to do it from every place imaginable: our living room sofas, our kitchen counters, and even our closets, where we can at least close a door. Research indicates that meetings, face-to-face, by phone or remote, now also involve fewer people than in the past. Most complaints about remote meetings involve connectivity issues. Remote meeting participants' two most common complaints center around getting and staying connected with no delays or interruptions. Study respondents referred to routing problems, including file access, sound issues, screen sharing, webcam concerns, and inadequate or non-existent software training. Most people give their meetings a meh rating. They rate them all only slightly better than neutral. Disruptive weather and other natural emergencies or disasters can interfere with or temporarily disable electronic communications. However, when the technology works smoothly, virtual meetings are every bit as productive as conventional meetings, and sometimes more so. Participants become online performers in video meetings. Participants in video meetings tend to see themselves as on-camera performers. For many people, just thinking of meetings as a performance venue creates new levels of stress. On camera, the most confident public speakers can be reduced to a puddle of sweat as soon as they realize they're on. Remote meetings require technical equipment and products that home offices previously didn't need to have, including cameras, headsets or earbuds, video conferencing software, additional screens, the correct meeting software, and so on. Many employees also need to build new skills to present at such sessions or to manage them. Remote meetings call on old best practices and some new ones. The most fundamental best practice for modern meetings is to work with only top-quality video and audio equipment. Make sure your meeting software functions correctly, and that all the participants in your remote meeting have complete access. Consider these new best practices and expert suggestions for remote meetings. Adhere to the proper meeting characteristics, start and end promptly, and give full accessibility to everyone on the agenda. Have attractive lighting and a background that is pleasing, but not distracting, whether it is virtual or not. Appoint a capable facilitator to move the meeting along. Virtual conversations often are clunky. Body language is unreadable. It's tough to know who wants to speak. Participants may inadvertently interrupt one another. Remote meetings require capable moderators who can overcome these hurdles. Establish sensible ground rules. As with conventional meetings, remote meetings require all the participants to accept some basic ground rules. The facilitator must explain the need to communicate in an orderly, proper way. He or she also should explain that the meeting's chat function, if available, can be a parking lot for questions, comments, and ideas. Some technology platforms provide a raised hand icon that a participant can click to signal a request to speak. The facilitator should refer to all such features briefly. Turn on the camera. This sounds too basic, but it's not. The camera demands a participant's full attention. If it's off, people will multitask during your meetings. Keeping the camera on lets all participants read each other's body language and nonverbal communication. Use tech tools correctly. This includes the mute function, which many meeting attendees often use incorrectly. "You're on mute" is a common reminder in remote meetings. Conversely, many participants should use the mute function to avoid background distractions that will interfere. The chat function can be a useful tool, particularly if numerous people are sharing the meeting. Screen sharing enables multiple participants to see the same documents. Seek socializing opportunities. If you can, add a little time for social interaction. This reduces the feelings of isolation that some remote workers experience. Social interaction promotes a sense of teamwork and togetherness. Safety concerns. In this time of COVID-19, remote meetings help protect the health of participants. What about outside participants? If you invite someone who doesn't work for your company to participate in a remote meeting, include a link in your email invitation for a video tutorial or an article explaining how things work on your meeting platform. This will help him or her quickly come up to speed and fully join in. What can go wrong, will go wrong. Always have a backup plan in case of a technical glitch. Provide all remote meeting participants with alternate ways to connect, such as a dial-in number for an audio-only meeting. In addition to the new best practices, the old best practices for meetings continue to apply. These include setting goals, following an agenda, ensuring everyone's full participation, and having the right people and the correct number of people. All the evidence suggests that bad meetings beget more meetings, usually to fix the problems caused by the bad meeting. Insist on sticking to the agenda and your established rules of order. After every meeting, share the minutes and a list of action items. Video conferencing can create cumbersome barriers and place new demands on participants. Communicating via camera isn't like communicating face-to-face or from a podium or stage in front of an audience. It's not unusual for people to freeze up when they speak to a camera. Video meetings' effectiveness can suffer from individuals' on-camera jitters or lack of understanding of how they look on camera. Entire enterprises are trying to level up their collective skill set to best navigate a world where video is the primary channel through which they are communicating. Video conferencing requires singular capabilities. Users must adapt to its special requirements, something many find difficult. 3 barriers can make on-video work challenging. The camera offers no feedback. When you speak to someone face-to-face, you can adjust what you say and how you say it according to the other person's reactions and body language. This is difficult when you speak and listen to via video. The lack of input can make speakers hesitant and unanimated or flat. They may project a sense of disconnection. People become hyper-aware of their appearance. Most people hate to watch themselves speak on camera. Many amplify all the negatives they see and ignore the positives. People are often their own harshest critics in this unnatural setting. Stage fright. Speaking to a camera suggests that you're performing. In most people's minds, the spotlight means stress. On camera, people want to be perfect, though no one can be. Trying to be perfect can make you seem inauthentic. All of these problems come down to the inability of on-camera participants to get outside themselves mentally. Off-camera distractions can detract from a person's on-camera presentation. Since most remote meeting participants are at home, potential distractions abound. The cat knocks down a framed picture, which hits the floor with the loud sound of glass shattering. The dog starts to bark. Your child charges in crying and climbs onto your lap while you're speaking. Your remote meeting colleagues will see and hear these background events. The best way to handle them is to acknowledge them. Take immediate action, if needed, and return to your on-camera business. Presenting via webcam requires virtual presentation skills. You will want to develop your virtual presentation skills for remote meetings. This includes learning to use appropriate body language. If you want to make someone freeze up, pull out a video camera. Its mere presence immediately changes the temperature in the room and makes most people feel suddenly uncomfortable in their own skin. Follow these virtual presentation suggestions, routines, and best practices. Heed your remote meetings' production values. Consider how you appear and sound on camera. Have adequate lighting. Natural lighting is usually the most flattering. Engage participants actively. Most people don't engage well with their computer screens. To engage them: 1. Make sure the meeting's subject is relevant to all participants. 2. Encourage participants to speak freely. And 3. Start and end meetings on time. Pay attention to your background, what your webcam will see. Avoid presenting against a visually distracting background. Run a visual edit to make sure your backdrop is appropriate. Research indicates that most people want to see a background with bookshelves and books. Artwork, diplomas, and family pictures also provide pleasing visuals. Another option is a virtual background, but make sure it looks professional. Calibrate your frame size. Consider what viewers see of your head and body, and frame yourself appropriately. Avoid extreme close-ups. Aim for a medium shot from your waist to slightly above your head, or a tight shot from the middle of your chest going also slightly above your head. Try to relax and to move with animation. Keep your gestures minimal and natural to avoid being distracting. Don't sit in a chair that allows you to lean backward. Leaning back tilts up your chin, something that webcams negatively exaggerate. A raised-up chin looks arrogant. Leaning back moves your body image away from those who are watching and could make them feel slighted. Try to be still, whether you stand or sit. If you use a standing desk, be careful not to rock back and forth on your feet. This can make your viewers seasick. If you sit at your desk while on camera, try to sit up straight. Slouching looks unprofessional. Avoid chairs that swivel. You may end up wiggling around, which is not a good look. Make eye contact. Look directly at the lens, but don't stare. Notes. Use notes if you like, but keep them off screen. Speak naturally. Speak as if you're in a conversation, not at a podium addressing an audience. Vary your cadence and tone. Expect advanced technology to intersect with meeting science to increase collaboration. Video conferencing surely will continue to be the primary tool for future remote meetings. But expect technological advances to transform how we currently use video for meetings. Tech developments herald a new era for meetings noted for enhanced collaboration and creativity. According to Stanford communication professor Jeremy Bailenson, in the future meeting participants may wear augmented reality, AR, glasses to enable them to interact with hologram participants or to feel as if they are in a certain setting. Participants who wear AR glasses will experience an enhanced feeling of reality in VR meetings. Old meeting science is relevant to the new virtual meeting world. Instead of one camera in a video-equipped conference room, companies are likely to use multiple cameras. This will avoid the static bowling alley view. Non-digital cameras are likely to become available, enabling meeting planners to integrate whiteboards or other materials into the remote meeting video feed. Logitech's CEO Massimo Rapparini speculates that future technology will help facilitators enhance collaboration, measure meeting participants' inputs and outputs, and uncover their most innovative insights. Takeaways. Businesses once relied on face-to-face meetings, but now most meetings are virtual. Meetings take less time than before and involve fewer participants. Most complaints about remote meetings involve connectivity issues. Participants become online performers in video meetings. Remote meetings call on old best practices and some new ones. Video conferencing can create cumbersome barriers and place new demands on participants. Presenting via webcam requires virtual presentation skills. Expect advanced technology to intersect with meeting science to increase collaboration. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.